Hey, this is Kitsukami Cosplay, and you're listening to This Freakin' Show.
What's up, everybody? I am Travis here. Welcome to another episode of This Freakin' Show. It is a weekly podcast with a little bit of something and a whole lot of nothing. The same weekly podcast is brought to you by Audible.com. With thousands of books to choose from, why not try out Audible.com right now? If you go to audibletrial.com/freaknet, you get a 30-day free trial of Audible. That's right. From This Freakin' Show, we give to you a 30-day free trial of Audible. Plus, you get a little credit. A credit to choose a book for free. All you gotta do is go to audibletrial.com/freaknet and start your 30-day free trial now. A gift from us to you guys. Plus, this show is brought to you by wearedepperties.com. If you're a kind of guy who likes to wear a dapper tie, a high-quality dapper tie, you need to go to wearedepperties.com. Plus, bonus, when you buy your $15 tie, that's right, just $15 for a hand-knit high-quality tie, when you go to checkout, and you type in the promo code FREAKIN, FREAKIN, you save on shipping. Free shipping. So excited I could barely talk. Free shipping at WeirdAdvertise.com by using promo code FREAKIN. Guys, it's me, Travesty, here by myself. And I know you're thinking like, oh no, where's Geekcast Joe? Where's Geekcast Joe? Don't worry, Geekcast Joe is, he's starting the next chapter of his life by moving into his new home. But he's not gone forever, he's just gone tonight. Which is okay, because I got you covered. I am here for you guys. And bonus today, we got a guest, and we have a guest coming back from earlier this year. One of our cosplayers is returning to give us an update on her year so far. If you guys remember, back in January, we had Limitless Disguise. I cannot say that name to save my life anymore, but it's cool. Because she is no longer Limitless Disguise. She's evolved. She grew. She turned into something brand new. It rhymed. Look at that. God, I'm awesome at this. Anyways, I'm going to sit down with her. Her new name, Kitsukami. Awesome name. Badass name. We're going to find out how she came up with that name. Also, we're going to find out what she's been up to this past 6 months. And what's coming in the future for her as well. It's really awesome to sit down and talk to her. And of course, we talked a little bit about the Princess Bride at the end. And we did that for Super Casey because we are super fans of Super Casey. So why don't we go ahead and dive right into the interview I had with Kitsukami. All right, guys. We are sitting here with Kitsukami, cosplayer. If you guys remember back in January, we had Limitless Disguise on our show. Same person. It's updated. Limitless Disguise. See, I'm so glad you changed it to Kitsukami because I can't even say limitless anymore. Crazy. The simplest words in the world, and I can't pronounce it.
Yeah.
But how are you doing?
I'm good. I am really good, actually. Just working on cosplay stuff for a con that's coming up in like 2 weeks.
Awesome. What convention are you going to?
It's Dokido Con. It's in Kalamazoo, Michigan.
Oh, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Well, we haven't talked since January, so first off, just in case our listeners didn't happen to catch the last interview you had, or the fact that it's been about 6 months since we last spoke, you kind of want to refresh the memories of the Freakin' Show listeners out there and kind of just let them know who you are.
Yeah. So I'm Kitsukami Cosplay, previously known as Limitless Disguise Cosplay. I've been cosplaying for about, I don't know how long, since like 2003, 2004, around that time is when I started to get into it, before I even really knew what cons were or what cosplay was called cosplay. And then I went to like my first con in 2011 and I loved it, and I started making my own stuff from there, and I just kept on going with it.
Excellent. And where'd the new name come from? Like how did Kitsukami come to you?
Well, I've been thinking about it for like a really long time, just because like there was a lot of people that just called me Limitless, and it wasn't as like memorable, if you will, because if you just like typed up Limitless, you get like a ton of stuff, obviously.
Like a
So
limitless supply of
yeah,
stuff. Yeah. Mhm.
so it didn't always it didn't help in that way for like people to remember it that way. Plus, I
Gotcha.
just thought about it for a long time. I was like, I've evolved over all these years and I've grown, and I'm like, I feel like I need something else.
Yeah.
So I thought about it for a long time, and I talked to some friends about it, and I like went over so many different names, and then I finally settled on this one. So Kitsu, which would be kind of short for Kitsune, which is basically like a fox, if you will, to put it simply.
Mhm.
And then Kami is like the meaning for God, or like a deity or anything like that. So I just kind of merged them together to be kind of like fox god, because I also really love foxes. So that's kind of what it was like when I merged it together, and then I seen it and I was like, okay, I really like this.
Yeah,
So
it's unique and different. It's amazing.
yes, yes, which is what I wanted. I wanted something like a little bit more unique, and something that's a little bit easier to remember, and it's also shorter
Mhm.
than what Limitless Disguise was.
I got you. Well, that's really cool. I mean, it's always good when people like evolve and like like find something new that they can do for themselves.
Yes.
And the fact that now people can Google your cosplay name and you're the only one that shows up.
Right.
Right. So it's really cool. Okay. So so the last time I spoke was back in January, as we mentioned. Have you been to any conventions since then, or any awesome places you kind of want to share with us?
Yes. I was at Anime Crossroads in February. It, and then I know it was prepping for a long time
Mhm.
to go to Colossal Con, which is always a blast because it's also like my birthday con.
Oh,
So I
awesome.
always, yeah, so I always really enjoy going, and I want to continue to always go to Colossal Con just because it's so fun. That was a really good time, and then now I'm back onto working on stuff. Right now I'm working on Raven from Teen Titans, and I hope to have that done for Doki. I should be done, but I for sure am gonna have it done and debuted for a con that I'm guesting at, RC3 in Howell, Michigan.
Okay. And now, obviously, I'm not a cosplayer, so I'm not too in depth into the community and stuff like that. But when I hear like cosplayers talk about like the cosplay season, is that normally like a spring, summer kind of time frame? Like, are we right now like in the middle of cosplay
Um,
season, or exactly how does that work? Because I'm always confused on like because I don't know when conventions are. I always assume they're usually in the summer, but I mean they could be year round, correct?
yeah, they are year round. Like there are ones that I definitely go to,
Mhm.
towards the fall. Like the last one for me is in it's like October, like late October, November, which is
Gotcha.
YomaCon, which is in Detroit, Michigan. It's a very
Mhm.
big con. It's really fun. That is the last con of the year for me. So then usually, uh, in between that time is usually like a break, especially because, at least over here it's cold, so there's
Yeah.
not always a lot that you can do,
Uh,
especially with all the snow. So
Oh yeah, I live in the southern part of Chicago, and we just got hit with what I believe is a thunderstorm from yesterday, but everything kind of just like came through in like different sections. Like first we got all the wind, all the rain, and then like a bunch of thunder and stuff like that. So the Midwest sucks for when it comes to
yes,
weather
yeah.
because and I don't live in Michigan, Wisconsin, Indiana, Ohio, all those places that are considered Midwest too. I don't know if you guys go through the same stuff that we do, but
Yeah.
um, right, like I enjoyed all like four seasons like within like the last 2 weeks.
Yes. Yeah, we
Right.
it's that way too. Sometimes it's like that in the same day.
Well, especially because obviously you're from the Michigan state. You guys your guys' winters are worse than mine. Like
Yeah, yeah, we can get hit pretty hard.
yeah, well, it's because you're closer to Canada. And, ugh, Canada. But tell us about some of the costumes that you made this past year so far.
Okay. So, the one that I kind of redid recently was my Android 21. I just
Mhm.
wasn't at all happy with it. I even made a post about it, which looking at it, I'm like, oh my God, who let me go out looking like this? Because to me, it was so bad. Um, so I completely remade pretty much everything. I remade the pants, which look like 100 times better. I completely redid my wig, and I spent like 30 some hours on this wig. And I was so happy to be done with it. And I'm actually really happy with how it turned out. And then I did full body paint this time, and which took 2 hours to do.
That's
So
the that was the costume. I'm sorry to interrupt you. I absolutely
it's
apologize
okay.
for that. But that was the one that you posted on Facebook where you had the side by side before and after from what like a few years ago till current.
Yes, yes.
I remember looking at that and I'm gonna agree with you without kind of sounding like a dick. It looks amazing what like all the upgrades you did to it, but even then, like you could see the work that you put into it, regardless of like it's not as updated as it is now. I mean, they both looked incredible to me, but it's like you said, like you did update it, and is that from learning so much more, or you just had more time putting it together, or how did the change like really like occur between like
Um,
what it was before and what it is now?
Kind of both. Before I was like, oh, I want to do this, and I kind of just put it together. I wasn't, for whatever reason, I wasn't even really thinking about it, and I was like,
Right.
okay, this is fine. You know what I mean? I was kind of being like easy with it, and I was like, okay, this looks good. And then I was like, oh, I don't really want to do body paint, so I got like this mesh bodysuit, which looks fine because you can't tell in photos,
Yeah.
but it doesn't have like obviously like the definition that like actual skin
Uh-huh.
does. So and then I just kept looking at it and I was like, this looks so bad. Like I know people there's like a lot of people that are like, no, it looks fine, and I'm like, no, this is literally terrible. So I was just like, I have to redo this. So I
Yeah.
just pretty much redid everything. I redid the pants,
Mhm.
like the top, the wig, her gold accessories. I just redid it all, and I'm much more happy with it now.
Awesome. Awesome. I don't think I asked you this the first time we sat down and talked, but do you recall what your first costume was that you officially cosplayed as, and can you tell us why you decided on it?
Um, the first one that I got, which was like it was like 2003 or 4.
Mhm.
I believe it was Ichigo from Tokyo Mew Mew, because little 14-year-old me really liked it, and I found it on eBay and I was like, "Mom, want I want this." So we just bought this like one on there, and it was okay for what it was at the time.
Yeah.
One day I would like really like to redo it, and make it myself. But I did do that one, and then it was also Tamari, like her first tuning exam outfit, which I also got, and I used my hair, even though I don't have blonde hair. I was just like, I'll just put my hair up in four pigtails because I didn't really know what to do for a wig like that. So I was just
Okay.
like, this is fine. It's just for Halloween. And then I got like this big fan from the store, and I just spray painted it. And I was like, this looks great. And then looking at it now, I'm like, these photos will never see the light of day.
I got you. Well, and one of the coolest thing is like because when people sit here and like to look at cosplayers and look at all the costumes and everything, and come from my perspective, like knowing you, Siren Ray, Super Casey, Night Mage, Oh My Sophie, and stuff like that, you I think out of all of them, you definitely seem like more of a you don't have as many costumes as they do. Like it seems like they like keep putting out, but it seems like you put a little more time and stuff. And I almost said time and effort, but that's not the case. You guys like bust your ass and everything you do. But are you still focused on like just making like certain costumes, taking your time with it and everything? Because last time we talked, you kind of mentioned how sometimes it takes you a few months and stuff like that. Even though a combined time may only be like a couple days, but it does take you over time to put a couple costumes together. Stuff. Are you still in that mindset, or has
Yeah.
that changed since?
Yes and no. It's just hard because, being an adult and you have to work full
Yes.
time. So like
Mhm.
I'm tired when I get home and I'm like, oh, I'll do this later. So I do procrastinate a bit, more than I probably should, which is
Mhm.
why even on my cosplay page it says procrastinator. um, so I definitely don't lie about that. But I definitely want to, when I'm working on something, I am very detail oriented and I am
Yeah.
very anal about it. Like if it's like a shade off, I go crazy. And I'm like, okay, no, I'm gonna have to completely redo this because it's not right. Which I even did with like my gems that I was working for Raven. I made a bunch of gems for her belt and then I was
Mhm.
looking at them and I was like, I don't know. So then I made another batch that were darker and I really liked it. I liked it better because I added more of like the tint to it and I liked the darker color and I'm like, well, I'm just gonna redo all of these now. So I redid it all and usually that's kind of what I do because I want to make sure it's perfect or at least perfect to me.
Yeah.
Um, because when I see it, I I don't know. I don't know how to explain it really, but it just to me I want it to be exact as I can get it to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm always working on it. Yeah. And I'm sometimes I was like I'll think about how I want to do something. Like I'll start to do something and I'm like, okay, maybe this isn't working. So then I'll step back for a while, brainstorm it a bit more and, maybe research some other methods a bit more and then jump back into it for something else. So I kind of like take my time in that regard. Like there's a part of me that I don't like it. I really wish I could just crank out costumes like so many other cosplayers can.
Yeah.
Um, but like I also do it because it is just a hobby for me.
Mhm.
I do it, when I have the motivation and the time to do it and I mean I'm always trying to do it.
Yeah.
But sometimes I'm like, today's a video game day or or I'm going to chill in bed and scroll through Facebook kind of day. So, even though in the back of my mind, my cosplay self is screaming at me to
Mhm.
work on something.
Well, how did you learn to create these characters and these costumes, doing the makeup and everything? Is this kind of like a trial and error, self taught kind of thing? Is there tutorials you watch, or did you like get help from other cosplayers? Combination of all of them, or
Kind of a combination of everything.
yeah,
I knew how to sew before, mostly hand sewing,
yeah.
and then I back in the day I had my grandma like help me and teach me and then I like kept going and then I had a really good friend. She's like a really great quilter, so she's really good at sewing and I would always go over to her house and I would like have her help me to make sure that I'm not overthinking and that I'm doing it as I should be because I overthink things a lot and then I'm
Hmm.
like this isn't working and she's like you literally just put it like this and I'm like oh so so I just overthink things too much. So she was helping me for a while, and then slowly I started just doing it on my own. And I'm pretty good at keeping pace. Sometimes it's easier if I do work with friends or
Yeah.
something like. Sometimes I'll even like take my costumes and go over to my friend's house, and then we're all just sitting there sewing in their living room. So, um,
Really?
yeah, so that can be fun sometimes.
Jeez, your friends are better than mine.
Yeah, sometimes we'll do that, or we'll like slowly go off and then start to play VR because that's what they have over there.
Okay.
So sometimes it's a good sometimes it's a good night and then other times it's like oh we're really getting everything done and then other times we're like well let's play some games a bit.
Yeah, I got you. Does your dog have anything to add?
sorry. Yes.
No, it's
Um,
totally fine.
that's
My dog's learned. What's it?
That's Kiba.
Cuba?
Kiba. Yeah.
Oh, Cuba.
It's a nerd name. His name does mean Fang. It is kind of from Naruto, but I left it because it does mean Fang. Since he's a blue healer, he as a
Oh,
puppy
awesome.
he would always like chew and mouth on you. Sometimes he still does, but so I was just like, okay, if this name fits you because you're just ridiculous. So,
A blue healer is one of those dogs. Like it's like my next dog that I want to get. I just like right now. It's like you mentioned. Like we all have work and everything. We can't really do everything we want to do all the time. But I want to get a second dog because I know my dog has really horrible anxiety. So him being home by himself sucks. If I was able to afford it, I would love to get a second dog, maybe a blue healer, because I've heard they're amazing dogs. Like
yeah, they are. They're like he's great. He's just they're very hyper.
Mhm.
So you just have to learn to like work with them, and obviously they really like doing chores, if you will. So if you have them outside,
Yes.
they love to play. He's kind of like if I ever were to have an anxiety attack or if someone were ever to like be upset and like to start hyperventilating, he will come up to you, he will lay on you and start licking your face to like help you and like bring you back to reality. So he kind of just does that on his own. So he's really good for that if something like that were to happen.
Gotcha. Do you let your dog lick your face?
Only in those cases if I
Right.
need it, but I prefer he doesn't.
Right. I never let my dog lick me. I've seen what he does by himself, and I'm not a huge fan of him coming at me afterwards. So,
Yeah, yes, same.
right? It's weird. It's just weird.
He tries to sneak it in though.
That's awesome. So, you talk about obviously we mentioned one of the your recent cosplay costumes that you've updated, upgraded, and all that stuff. Do you find yourself like when you do um, go to a convention using a costume you used previously that there's always an update or an upgrade you do to it, or is it like a selective costume that may need an update, may not, or it's like most of your costumes nowadays are so perfect you don't need to change them?
No, there's always something that I've probably updated, even if it's like really small.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've even like my Tamari, which is like one of the first ones that I made, um, which was Kage Summit Tamari. I upgraded it like just because when I first started, I was a different size than I am now.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to like make it fit me like a little bit more flattering, and I've added little things here and there that I've like changed and tweaked. I've changed the wig, and there's always something that I'll have, like even if I'm like, okay, this is great, and then I'm wearing it for a while and then I look at it and I'm like, no, that's got to change or that's got to change. And
Yeah.
there's always some little small thing that I'm like tweaking on it.
I got you. Is it just because like you feel that it wasn't right the first time, or it's just something looks better? Like
Maybe both. Like
little both.
sometimes I'm like, okay, I could make this better now, so I'm just gonna redo this. Especially like when I made my fan, I was like, okay, I'm gonna actually make my fan for Chamari. So I used, I got planks of wood, I sanded it, I lacquered it. I put the fabric on myself and drilled it and screwed it all together. So, I always learn something new every time I make a costume. There's always something that I'm learning. And it helps me grow, and I learn from so many other great cosplayers that are out there. I'll see things that they have and I'm like, oh, okay, that's a good idea, or like I didn't think of that, or I could take their like what they've used and I like turn it into my own kind of thing.
Okay, that's badass. I love talking to cosplayers because it. I mean, like the work you guys put in is like incredible. Like I have never done anything with the effort you guys do. It's awesome. Like even podcasting, like I just sit here and press the record button. That's it. That's it. Like there's like no hardships here whatsoever. But I noticed on your Facebook you actually have a contest going on to get to that 4,000 likes.
I do, yes. And there's a lot of other things that I have in store too that I'm going to have probably for Instagram separately as well. But I do have like a small little contest going on. I have a bunch of really cute prizes, and then I also will have my alpaca sticker available and my syringe pin that I've made that will also be part of that.
Awesome. Yeah, because I was just looking at your Facebook. You're about 27 away from hitting that 4,000. So
Yes,
congratulations on that.
thank you, thank you.
Yeah. And then I also noticed back in February you opened up your SD store.
Yes, I did. I finally decided to open up an Etsy store for anyone that wanted to buy prints or wanted to buy the stickers or pins.
Gotcha. You want to tell everyone what the website is? I know it's SD.com, but do you tell them what they need to search?
Yeah, it's the I think it's not even Etsy. I can't even think of what it is off the top of
Store Envy. My bad.
yeah, Store Envy.
Store Envy.
Because yeah, there's both of those, but I have Store Envy. So I have all of my current prints that are available that people can get. I'll sign them if you want me to. Most of my prints aren't that expensive. The most expensive one I think is like $6 or something.
Yeah.
So, so yeah, I'll sign them. I'll send them to you if you want like any of my cosplays that you really like. I hope to be getting more in. I have more photo shoots that I have waiting to come back, so I will definitely have more things available. And I'm also, if anything is not available and someone wants it, I will definitely consider putting it up. I also have stickers, which is a cute. I have a cute Galaxy alpaca sticker. They can also go on your car. I have one on mine. So, and then I also have a like cute pastel syringe, just because I love syringes, but I also went to school for phlebotomy, so I really like that kind of stuff.
That's
I like
the blood
I like
drawing thing.
I like the cutesy gore kind of stuff. So like a candy gore. I love
Cutesy
a
gore.
yeah yeah.
Cutesy gore kind of stuff. What's that like Gremlins?
Yeah. I do call myself a gremlin sometimes, but
I love
I just really like the pastel goth kind of stuff.
I gotcha. Yeah, no, it makes sense. Another podcaster I know, Mandy. She has to be into stuff like that. I know she's into like horror movies, scary movies, stuff like that. But like some of the stuff she does kind of cute. She has this little monster she made called Bob. It's pretty cool. But no, that's really awesome. I saw it, when you put the store up. That was incredible, and obviously the contest. So it seems like a lot has been going on since January, which is amazing.
Yeah, yeah, and I even for ColossalCon, me and a couple friends, we had like a giant Neopets group. So it was like bringing back stuff from our childhood when we used to play Neopets. And I picked Talia, which is the snow fairy. And even though I was sweating my butt off, it was really fun to be in, and I really enjoyed making it. It was actually pretty simple, but I'm really happy with how it came out, and I'm so glad that so many people recognized it and it brought back memories for them.
Gotcha. Well, asking for a friend. What's a Neopet?
Okay, so back in like the early 2000s, there was a
Okay.
website where you log on and you can like have all these pets, um and you could raise them, and if you left them alone for a while they would like get really sad and hope that they didn't die on you. Mine are all probably dead because I haven't logged on since I was like 14. So um
Was that like a Tamagotchi?
not exactly. They were just like online pets that you could have, and you could feed them and you could play games with them, and you could like get rare colored brushes and you could change their colors, and it was kind of like before Gaia Online became a thing.
Really? It sounds like a Tamagotchi to me.
Yeah, it is a little bit, yeah.
The Tamagotchi's like a little keychain thing that you're able to carry around and stuff like that.
Yes, I used to have one of those too.
Right? Mine died all the time.
Yeah, but it's dead.
Yeah, right. That's cool. So what I don't, can I call them conventions or do they have to be called cons? Cons short for convention, right?
Yeah, so
Um,
either one.
right. I'm 30 years old now. I'm too old to use slang conventions.
Yeah,
So you're
same. I'm climbing up there.
so your conventions that you have coming up for the remaining 2019. Where are we looking at going?
Okay, so one that's up in 2 weeks is Doki Dokkan.
Okay.
That's in Kalamazoo, Michigan, and then the weekend after that is RC3, which I will be guesting at. That is in Howell, Michigan.
Mhm.
I may or may not attend MatsuriCon. I haven't quite decided yet. But I for sure will be at YomaCon, which is beginning of November in Detroit, Michigan.
Okay, that's pretty cool. So now, are you still just kind of visiting these cons? Like, because obviously you said you're a guest at one of the upcoming cons. Are you still going as just a guest, or are you like being more part, putting up booths and stuff like that?
Yeah, at RC3, I'll have a booth,
Yep.
and I'll be talking to people and answering questions about anything cosplay related. I will have some of my prints and stickers available at the booth. And then I will be, like I said, talking to anybody that has any questions, helping them if they want to know how to make something, anything that I can help or answer with.
Got you. How do I get a cosplayer to cosplay me? Because I think if anyone dressed up as Travesty and got like a photo shoot going, those prints would sell out in a heartbeat.
You could, I'll just, you know what, I'll do it. And
I hope so because I just want to go to a convention one time and just see me, but a better looking me.
yeah, there are definitely people that would probably do that.
Right? Someone has to do it. I mean, I just want to look at somebody and be like, you know what? That could be me, but I don't put in that much effort. But that's awesome. Hey, tell my listeners where they can find you on social media.
Okay, so you can find me on Facebook. You can find me under Kitsukami Cos. You can find me on Instagram at Kitsukami_Cos. I also have a Ko-fi, which is just Kitsukami. I do have a Patreon, which I'm not active as much right now. I'm mostly using Ko-fi just because it's such a busy time right now.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm definitely posting everything that I'm working on right now. So if you want to see things that I'm working on, I will be putting out some tutorials pretty soon here for like how to like make like fox ears and things like that. And anything that people need help with, if they want to ask, I will definitely help them out.
Awesome. And if they need their blood drawn or anything like that, they just be able to
Yes.
message you right through Facebook. Perfect. And we're still on the same page about the Princess Bride, right? Because I went to C2E2 after we had our interview. Super Casey wasn't really pleasant about it.
Oh no, yeah.
Right?
I still it's not a favorite. So
It shouldn't be a favorite. The Princess Bride is like that weird cousin that you're not really a big fan of because they go and tell other people all your shit. So you're pleasant around them for like family reunions, but really by the end of the day, you're just bad mouthing the entire ride home.
yeah, it's like it's okay. You're like, oh yeah, that's okay. I don't really remember you, but
Right?
you're cool.
Right? It's like a regretful like second date. Knowing that you shouldn't have gone to it after the first one. That's pretty much what it was. And
Yeah,
that's how it always is. It's just no, it's she gave me a print and she literally put on it, and I'm assuming
I
it's the
agree.
girl from Princess Brides. And she wrote on the corner there saying Princess Bride's awesome, you suck. And I'm like, well, I mean, I guess, but I don't know. It's getting real. I went to see Tweetu and I was talking to her about it. I asked her if she listened to the interview I had with you. She said she did. I'm like, what do you think about that Princess Bride conversation? And then she just kind of looked at me like I was the devil. Like, whatever. Well, I'm not going to keep you any longer. Obviously, the Blue Healer needs you, which is totally cool. But I do want to thank you for coming back on the show and, catching up with us and letting us know what we've been up to and everything.
Thank you so much for having me again.
Absolutely. And hey, if you ever want to come back on, you just got to, just message me and let me know because I love talking to all of you. And, well, yeah, Super Casey too, whatever. But mostly.
I whenever. I'm totally ready.
Awesome. Well, thank you again.
Thank you.
Guys, make sure you go ahead and check out Kitsukami Cosplay on Facebook right now. Go ahead and like her page because she is so close to 4,000 likes. And if we could get her over that 4,000 hump, that means we are closer to getting Travesty to win that giveaway prize. I just like winning stuff, and I want to be that person. And I want you guys to help me win that by just going and liking Kitsukami's cosplay. Check out all the amazing costumes she has because this girl busts her ass to put out this great content for everybody. Everyone who's part of the cosplay society, group, community, whatever term you want to use. It's an awesome thing, and she does a kick-ass job every single time. Guys, let me end off here with my freaking thinking. Tell you guys what I've been freaking thinking about. Back, amazing. I am probably 100% better, 100% back. Pun intended. Huh. But I'm going to start doing my yoga again. If you guys remember, I do DDP yoga. I had to take a break from it because I spent the last part of June in the worst pain I've ever been in. And I got dumped last June. So really, you think about that. Me, heartbroken, got better. I think the back is worse than that. Very true. Hurt. But it's okay. I got, I went to the chiropractor. Props to the chiropractor I went to. Phenomenal job. Back to where I am. Gotta start doing DDP yoga. Gotta start getting my body back. I may have missed beach season now, but beach season 2020, I believe that's my season. So let's go ahead and focus on 2020 for a slimmer, sexier, more fit beach body travesty. There's also something I've also been thinking about, been kind of getting an idea of something I want to do, and I don't want to share it yet. I do want to talk to a couple other people before I do, but I think I want to write a fucking book. I don't know. It's up in the air. I haven't really decided. I'm going to talk to a couple people, get some feedback, and see if I can get some help from it, because I can talk. I can't write for shit. But if I can find somebody who kind of help me put words to paper, who knows? We'll find out. But, that's what I've been freaking thinking. I don't have really a lot going on. But if you guys are like me, you don't have a lot going on, then make sure you check out this podcast. Tell your friends about this podcast. It's simple to find it. Just type in This Freakin' Show. You can find us on Google Play, iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Player FM, iTunes. Go to iTunes. Give us a 5-star review because that helps us get up there in the ratings. Best place to hear us, Spotify, iTunes. We're on Podbean. Just search This Freakin' Show. Go into your Google, your Safari searches, whatever. Just type in This Freakin' Show. We'll pop up. Follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at This Freakin' Show. And special thanks to Audible for being a sponsor of the show. Again, go to audibletrial.com/freaknet and get your 30-day free trial of Audible today on us. Because you know what? When you help out a sponsor, they help out us, and helping out the podcast is really good for this time. And as always, I am Travesty, and thank you for listening to another episode of This Freakin' Show. I'm out.